I listen to a lot of albums. I made an album, and I collect vinyls. But I usually only get recommended good music online from geniuses. Today, I went on to a random album generator, and I picked 3 albums that I knew nothing about. I'm going to judge these albums based purely on the cover, and we're gonna see if they sound anything like their covers. Will I be right on the money? Will I be all the way in left field? Find out next. Okay, I've got my albums. We start with album 1, ESG by ESG. Now, I do think the E and S stand for egg salad. The colors just making me think that. Egg salads galore. Could be what it is. The egg. It's the white. It's the white, and this is making me think it's an egg. Makes me think there's an egg, something hatching, something rebirth. Some sort of crucifixion, Jesus coming to save us, you know. This might be a Christian album. That's what I'm getting from this. It looks a little low quality, so I'm thinking maybe 1960s. That's what I'm thinking. Or maybe 1970s. You know, it's got those bright colors you see on like the Court of the Crimson King, Frank Zappa. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Now we go to album 2. All right, Plastic Dreams by JD. Now I see it's a hand like this. It's a hand like this. You see? Now this could be holding something. Be holding something, right? Now that's crucial to this album. Could be hiding something underneath. Maybe there's deeper meaning in the lyrics than you first think. And the purple, the use of purple and the stars, it's space, you know, space-time continuum sort of thing. Maybe it's a rock opera set in space. That's my guess for this one. Now I'm looking at album 3, The Epic by Kamasi Washington. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I see a saxophone. I'm seeing some space. I'm thinking it's some far out post-bebop jazz. I think it's gonna be not smooth jazz. We're gonna get into that crazy stuff, okay? That's what I'm thinking. It looks, yeah, I know it's in black and white, but it somehow feels new. It feels like modern. I think it's gonna be some modern jazz revival. That's what I'm thinking. All right, now into ratings. Album 1, egg salads galore. I just don't think I'm gonna love it. Don't think it's up my alley. I think I'm gonna get bored with it from its messages. Now we go to album 2. Plastic Dreams by JD. This one could be cool. It's a far out space trip. I think it could be fun. I think I could like it a lot. I think I can dig it. Now we go to album 3. I'm a big jazz fan. I'm a jazz fan. I think I'll like this one. I think I'll like it a lot. If it's jazz, we'll never know. Well, we will know right now. Album number 1, ESG by ESG. Okay, this is a no-wave dance funk project from a quartet of sisters from the Bronx. When I read that they were a band of sisters, I immediately thought of the Shags. They're a group of sisters that made outsider music. This actually kind of sounded a bit like the Shags. It's alright, I guess. It was a little too out there and experimental without any substance. It felt very empty and repetitive at times. I thought the vocalist sounded a bit like Daniel Johnston, but musically it sounded a lot like Sonic Youth's first album. Yeah, it just wasn't quite my thing, although I did like the song UFO. Overall, I think they were a little too artsy without the substance, but whoever played bass was pretty good. Oh, and one more thing, ESG stands for Emerald, Sapphire, Gold, not Egg Salad Galore. Okay, album number 2. I have something to admit, this isn't an album. It turned out to just be a 10-minute long song. I don't know why it was in the website I used, but I'll give you my thoughts either way. This song was in a genre called progressive house, which I'm assuming is to house music what IDM is to dance music. The song was created by a Dutch DJ, and oh man. Okay, look, I've never been a fan of the organ, and this song is jamming on the organ. I did not like it. There is absolutely nothing hidden under those hands. It is just empty jamming. I didn't love it. Unlike the third album, Kamasi Washington, The Epic. The first thing I noticed about this album, it's 3 hours long. The second thing I noticed was how phenomenal it is. And hey, I was right on the money. It's jazz. It's not quite as out there as I thought it could be. I was expecting something like Eric Dolphy. It was right in the sweet spot of being just out there enough to be pleasant. No diss to Eric. I was hooked by the first track and listened to the whole thing in 2 sittings. The sounds on this album are incredibly good. It's apparently in a genre called post-bop. I don't know too much about jazz genres. I was kind of right with the post-jazz prediction. The rhythm changes was my favorite. It had really great vocals and incorporated some jazz fusion, which I thought was really nice. The only thing that I'd say I don't like about this album is its length. With it being 3 hours, I don't think I'll ever have the time or honestly the patience to sit down and listen to the whole thing all the way through. But it is separated into 3 parts to make it more digestible. There are little synth bits scattered throughout the project, which I thought were really cool. It added a modern edge. But yeah, this album truly blew me away. It's up there with some jazz classics for me. This is an amazing, amazing project. I love all 3 parts, but the first and the third are, like, superb. I highly, highly recommend you check this one out sometime. And with that, I'd say this was a partial success. I mean, I was able to judge the genre of an album based on the cover. It did have a saxophone on it, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do a part 2 someday. Please like and subscribe and let me know if you've heard some of these before and what you think of them. And with that, I will see you in the next video.